career development will definitely happen whoever undergoes college. That's the beauty of human resource development. They give you a support that each and every person can be a leader. Can individual counseling happen, or should it be a group counseling? See the problem as a problem. You'll always see a problem with a solution. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for this special unit that is all about the management. Now, what exactly the management here is all about, and the development of human resource development. So here, when we go with the fourth unit, the first session, you will understand something about the counseling, that is the employee counseling. So a brief introduction about this chapter, where we're gonna learn something about the introduction part of employee counseling. Now, what is employee counseling? Why employee counseling is a must, and what all happens if you get counseling, and what are the things gonna happen if you don't get counseling? Everything we're gonna cover in this unit itself. Now, the first question to you, whenever we go for any counselors, right, say psychiatrists or people who counsel you for your career development, or people who are gonna counsel you for what exactly you are supposed to do after your education, these people are the experts because they have gone with those ways. So whenever you counsel anybody who is really good, what will happen is your skills will enhance. You will get more knowledge about that field. And the next part is, whatever dilemma you have, whatever the confusion you have, whatever things which is not clear for you, those are the things which will be cleared. So that's why the sessions of counselings are very important, because you will get more knowledge about those fields from people who know exactly what you are supposed to do. So that's the reason specifically we are concerned about employee counseling, because employees often, they are tired because of the stress, they are tired because of their physical appearance, they are tired because of the workload what they get it. But whenever the counseling, that is a proper counseling, is given to them, what happens is they get the relaxation, so that whatever they are working, they'll feel that, okay, this is a part of my daily way, that's the reason I should do it, and then the stress is released. That's the reason this employment counseling is a must. So here, employee counseling is a specialized form of support. See, why they say it is a specialized form of support? Because once there are people who always think that they are being working and others are not working. See, that I'll just tell you here why I said this example, because in your mind itself you will be thinking that you are working too much and you are paid less. But there are few people whom you see, they'll be working lesser time than you, but they are getting more payment. The reason here is you will not understand why the payment is gone. So again, stress will happen. The minute stress happens, what will happen? You will deteriorate working. Reason? Whatever you're working, you're not paid. So what will you do? You will not work at all. Again, deadlines are to be met. So again, what will happen? Stress happens. So if you get employee counseling, what is the benefit there? The employee counseling is a specialized, when they say it is specialized, because they, the people who are giving you counseling, they are specialized and they are professionals. Now, when you go with that, they'll give you something called the support and guidance provided within the organization to keep, as well as to help employees manage personal or work-related challenges, improve performance, enhance well-being, and achieve professional development goals. That's the reason one should always concern more about employee counseling. See here, what happened? Your work life is actually resulting to your personal life. If your work life is good, your personal life will also be good. If your work life is bad, your personal life will be bad. So it is vice versa. If your personal life is good, your work life will be really good. If your personal life is not good, your work life will have imbalance. So that's the reason you are supposed to get what? Employee counseling. And counseling is a must in any organization. That's the policy which the organization use. That's the reason they introduce something called human resource development, and they do it because of human resource planning. And that's it. Again, I'm telling you, right, this HRP will lead to HRD, and both in HRP and HRD, employee counseling is a must. Next thing is, it serves as a confidential and supportive space. See, whenever a person who gives this counseling, right, he or she will maintain everything about you that is very confidential, because they'll not tell this to anybody. See, you should open up to your counselor and tell, these are the things where it hurt me, right? These are the things which I felt bad. These are the things which makes me happy. You should be 100% transparent. 100% transparent to the employee counselors. Then what is that they're gonna give you? They're gonna give you recommendations. They'll recommend you, these are the things which you are supposed to do, and then you're supposed to do it. See, the psychiatrist is gonna give you medicines, but the counselors will give you a condition where you are supposed to get into, and then you are supposed to follow it up, because mind is everything. If your mind is good, everything is good. If your mind is bad, nothing is good. That is what you will feel. That's why it should be what? Confidential. Whatever you would have shared with the counselor will not tell this to anybody, including the CEO. That much confidential it is. And it is supportive space where employees can address various issues affecting their work and personal lives. See, majority, I'll give you a statistics. Many of the youngsters, when I say people who just finished their graduation and they have joined MNC company, or people who have finished their post-graduation and then joined MNC company or started their own company, initially they are actually getting good money initially, but consistency is not there. Perseverance is not there. The reason is they're not happy about what they are doing by comparing somebody else who's doing better than them. So that is when they go for depression, anxiety, palpitation will happen. That leads to their health disorder. Then definitely they'll be getting high BP or low BP. That results in a stress hormone. Plus, we also end up with diabetes. So this is exactly a chain when you go with it, right? And many of them, they quit. The reason why they quit is they can't handle pressure. But just imagine that whenever you're working, right, and you have any problem, then and there itself, if you solve it, that problem will not be a problem for a longer time. But usually what people do is they do something called procrastination. Now they always stop the things and then they start something else. But you are supposed to end those problems. If you just pause the problem will be a problem, right? So it will not give you any solution. But if you end the problem, then you will have that relaxation in mind, saying that, okay, this problem is done. Now I need to go with one more thing where there should not be a problem. But life is not like that, right? In life, you always have something called, say, problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. That is what life is. So you need to go and have a counselor where you will go for a counseling and tell him or tell her about everything what happens to you. Definitely, they're going to motivate you. They're going to bring you back from those problems and they're going to give you a solution. See, I'm not saying that they will solve your problem. They're going to give a solution, or say alternate course of action solutions, where you are supposed to choose which is the best course of action and then decide. That's the reason employee counseling is very, very important. Next, here when we go with it, we have the objectives why employee counseling is needed? What are the objectives of employee counseling? So the first thing is they give you support and they're gonna guide you. They're gonna give you support and they're gonna guide you. Next is problem solving and decision making. Just now I just told you, right? They'll not solve the problem, but they're gonna give you alternate plans, right? Alternate plans. Those alternate plan you need to evaluate. You need to evaluate and choose the best course of action. Then you need to select, then implement, and then the last one is you need to follow up. So these are the things which you are supposed to do. So they're gonna give you what? They're gonna tell you why this happened and what are the best course of action which you can go for it. Before that, they're gonna identify the problem. Identify the problem. Okay, they'll identify the problem. So I'll just erase this for you people. Please do understand how this everything happens. Next is your skills will be enhanced. There will be a development with your skills. The conflict will be resolved. The resolution is there, right? Career development. Say example, now in career development, what happens is everybody need to undergo to the employee counseling, because career development and career growth will definitely happen. Reason, the narrow mind, right? You have a narrow mindset. After employee counseling, you will go with a broad mindset. So that means you will not see the problem as a problem. You will always see problem with a solution, right? A solution for every problem. That is how the career development will happen. Next is work-life balance. Now you will balance your professional life as well as your, say, personal life. So work-life balance will be proper. So these are the objectives of employee counseling. If I need to tell you from the start, right? Please understand, there is an employee here. Employee. Now you have one more person here, that is the counselor. Now here, please do understand, the employee will tell everything to the counselor, right? Everything to the counselor. Now counselor will make sure that he will or she will, right? So he or she, whoever are the counselor, they'll make sure that whatever you tell them will be 100% with them. Nobody else will understand that. Nobody else will know that, right? So after jotting down all the points, now the employer who has made the counselor will start giving you the suggestions, right? Suggestions. Now when they start giving you suggestions, now you are the person should take it positive. You should take what? Positive. There are people who don't take it positive, they take it negative. So then nothing will work out. Why I have drawn this is this positive vibe should happen. That is, whatever the counselor is telling, you should accept it. There are chances that you will be reluctant to accept it. That's the reason the objective is very simple, right? Why they do it? The first thing is it supports and guide. Now, you don't want to take that support. You don't want to take that guide. It will not work out, right? It will really not work out. You are supposed to understand in the perspective of why the counselor is giving you a suggestion. That's why feedbacks are something, right? Feedbacks are something which we are supposed to take it positive. If we say, no, whatever you are giving a feedback is rubbish, then you will not develop yourself. You will not grow. That's the reason. Please do understand. Feedbacks and the positive things which we are supposed to take, that will help us to solve the problems and take good decisions. Next is definitely your skills and developments will happen. conflicts will be resolved, your career development and growth will happen, right? Because now you got to know what exactly measures you are supposed to take. Plus, you will also tell your, say, juniors what happened to you and what they are supposed to do it. So you are now giving them counseling, right? And the work-life balance will be perfect. Say, I'll not say that 100% it will be perfect, but better than what you are suffering before attending the counseling, it will definitely happen. Next is counseling has an HRD activity. Now this is a 15 marks question. Please do understand. It's how many marks? 15 marks questions. I have given you more points. Please do understand why this is very important and why employee counseling is a part or an activity of HRD. First thing is support for personal development, enhancement of emotional intelligence, career guidance and planning, conflict resolution and mediation, stress management. See, the majority why counseling happen is stress management. A lot of stress nowadays in the youngsters for small reasons, right? They use the word I'm pissed off, right? Why do they pissed off? I really don't know. So that's the reason stress management will happen if you make counseling as a part of HRD activity. Promotion and diversity and inclusion. So DEI is what we have learned in the previous chapter. The same way here we have diversity and inclusion. Support during organizational change. Any change happen, there are few people who cannot accept changes, right? Say, I'll just give you an example of SBI, State Bank of India, and SBM, State Bank of Mysuru. People who are working in State Bank of Mysuru, say SBM, right? The minute SBI took over all the SBM under their banner, many employees who are working in SBM, right? Employees, they couldn't accept the way SBI was operating because SBI always wanted to go with a pace which SBM had a problem. So when employee counseling will happen, what happened? Only 40% of the employees of SBM, they went and they started to work for SBI. Reason being, the change was there and they adapted to the change. The remaining, say, 40% plus 20%, what happened is, this 40%, they took voluntary retirement. They took what? Voluntary retirement. 20% people, after few more months, they felt, okay, let me also go for it. So then they went for SBI. See, people who went early, they got kind of positions, and people who came late, they did not get it, right? Later, the equation was proper, and then there are people who felt, okay, I cannot work in SBI and I'll quit. That is how they went for it. But this 40% people, the minute they got to know SBI we are supposed to go, before joining SBI only they took a voluntary retirement. So these 20%, they went and then later they felt, okay, we can't take it. So that is how it is, right? So that's why employee counseling, no, it is very, very important for people who cannot accept changes. Employee engagement and satisfaction, leadership development. See, HRD aims at development, right? In that 100% it aims at leadership development. That's the beauty of human resource development. They give you a support that each and every person can be a leader, right? That's why they say, right? Earlier, there was a saying called as leaders are born, but after HRD was introduced, leaders are made. So that's the beauty of HRD. Evaluation and continuous improvement will happen if employee counseling becomes a part of an activity of HRD. But let me tell you, employee counseling is always a part of HRD. Next is components. So when we go with this components, what are the components of counseling? The first one is need assessment. Second is confidentiality. So the first one, need assessment, what it is, it evaluations to identify the specific needs and challenges of employees. It helps tailor counseling service to address individual concern effectively. And when it comes to confidentiality, right? So here ensures that information shared during counseling session remains private and is not disclosed without permission. So they're going to ask you whether you want anybody to know. If you say no, we don't want anybody else to know about it, then what happens is they'll not tell that. So build trust between employees and counselors, encouraging open communication. So this is two things which I have told you. The next thing is accessibility. Now, who will actually get it? Ensures that counseling services are easily accessible to all employees. It is not like only for the top level. Say we know the levels of management, isn't it? We have the more the size, the more the management levels. We call it as a scalar chain, where top level is there, say middle level, supervisor level. This counseling is not just for top level, because only top level will not get stressed. Even people who are in supervisory and the middle level will also get stressed. So it is for all employees, regardless to their role and the location. When I say location, it is top, middle and supervisory. Location within the organization. Promotes equitable access to support and resources for all staff members. Next is individual counseling. Can individual counseling happen, or should it be a group counseling? See, group counseling are common, but individual counseling will give you more effect, because the person will be open only when nobody is around, right? There are so many people like introverts who always feel that why should I speak? Extrovert, they feel okay, I should only speak. But there are next people that is called omnivorous. There are few people who are introvert in some time and extrovert in some other time, right? So omnivore. So individual counseling, what happens? One-on-one session between employees and the counselor to address personal and professional issues, provides personalized support and guidance tailored to the unique needs of each individuals. Only then they'll open up, right? When it is one-to-one session. Next one is group counseling. Now, as I told you about individual, now we have group counseling. The entire team, right? They go for counseling, or the department, they go for counseling. So sessions involving multiple employees to address common issues or shared challenges. Facilitates peer support, shared experience and collective problem solving. So again, here there is a trick. What exactly happens is the common problem if you have, right? The common issue you have, then you go for group counseling. Next is crisis intervention. Now, immediate support and counseling provides in response to critical incidents or emergencies. Help employee cope with trauma, grief or other sudden disruptions to their well-being. See, this happens in, say, all the three wings, military, army, air force, plus MNC company, where a girl has been abused or molested, or they would have experienced some kind of problem. Even the men are also in this category, where something happened, sudden death of somebody, right? So it will impact in their personal life as well as professional life. That is the time this critical intervention happens. Next thing we have is characteristics of counseling program. What are the characteristics here? First thing what they get is confidentiality, right? It is very confidentiality, then accessibility, professionalism, personalization, holistic approach. Holistic approach in the sense it includes everything, however, to solve a problem. Next, empowerment. So these are the 2 marks question. Please do understand, if you get any kind of a thing, give 2 characteristics of counseling program. Any of these you can write it, 2 marks you will get it. Next is issues. What are the issues? Now there are people who will not get open up. Whatever the problem they have, they will not tell it. They'll always hide it. So first is stress management, which is helping employee cope with work-related stresses, personal challenges, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Conflict resolution, that is assisting employees in resolving the conflict within the co-workers, supervisors, or team fostering between the better workplace relationship. So these are the issues in employee counseling. Next, I have given you something that is career development and performance improvement, which we have already spoken in our previous classes. The same kind of a thing which we are supposed to go, that is providing guidance on the career planning, goal setting, skill development and advancement. Performance improvement, that is supporting employees in identifying barriers to perform and developing strategies to enhance job performance and productivity. So this issues of employee counseling is a 10 marks question. So I have given you a lot of points. Please do understand. All the points are so easy where you people can remember it. So workplace adjustment, then burnout prevention. Now here, this is very, very important. Workplace and burnout. I'll just tell you what exactly it is. Helping employees navigate the transitions such as role changes, relocation, merger or organizational restructuring. Say I told you about this SBI and SBM, right? This is the example, workplace adjustment, that is the mergers or it is the restructuring. Burnout prevention, that is addressing symptoms of burnout including emotional exhaustion, cynics and reduce effective to prevent long-term impact on well-being. So these are the things which you should know. Next is mental health support and personal relationship, how you are supposed to cope up, the issues which you will actually get is providing counseling and resources for employees experiencing mental health issues such as anxiety, depression or trauma. Personal relationship, assisting employee in managing personal relationship that impacts their well-being or work performance. So these are the things. Please do understand. Any doubt regarding the entire section, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.